Hello, GM. My name is Rooks. You probably know me, I hope so, if you're a GM on my server. Today we're going to be covering some mods that I have created for us here. And first one is going to be JobBoard. Found that in order. So, normal players can see job listings, but you get these fancy things like unregistered job board. Please don't do that. Open admin panel, though. Is this... And in here we can create jobs. You would enter your template ID, your quantity, a requirement, minimum quality, material of any, expiration point, so if you want the job to end in 6 hours or never end. And then you enter the payment method. You can manage current jobs that we have. These are all dailies, every day more generated. This is the run 660 iteration, and it does purge daily too. So in here you can see daily controls, so we can purge our expired jobs, reload our config, and force generate daily jobs. This you should only ever have to do if you've purged all the jobs. So most of the time nobody will need that. I think that's more for me. And then system status. This shows the job that we saw when we first opened it. So yeah. From here, we're gonna go over to the Boon Shrine. I'm gonna show you this. The only thing you really ever gonna have to do with the Boon Shrine is someone might say the Boon Shrine isn't registered or it's not working. All you do is equip your Ebony Wand. Again, you need the Ebony Wand equipped to see any of the settings for the job board as well. So you would only need to equip your Ebony Wand, right-click the obelisk, and select Register Boon Shrine right here. It is already registered because we have the World Boon Shrine right here. Sometimes the server doesn't like to load it. I don't know, I think it's because of a database. I try not to hook into the database with my mods because I don't want to cause more load time stuff. But yeah, so as far as the current mods that GMs need to know about, it's those two plus the newest one, which we're gonna go tackle right now. So, we're gonna go to Goblin Camp. Alright, once we're here, and you can see that somebody's already been through here, I think, because nothing's spawning. Weird that the cleaning script didn't run. There's piles of meat everywhere. But yeah, so just one little guy out here. Weird. I think this whole thing is bugged at the moment. So we might as well run through setting it up. So let's check here. We can go right click. We have to have the mission ruler in our hand. And we're going to right click dungeon tools right here. And we're going to go manage room. Yeah, so no, I must have erased the current rooms, which is fine. I had planned on doing this. So for the entrance, we're going to do create room. We'll set corner 1. We'll put this as entrance Goblin Camp. Set corner 1 and continue. Right click on it, go to dungeon tools again. Complete room, entrance Goblin Camp. Alright, and we're going to click save, and that locks it, and it's going to put it in a JSON file, so we never have to worry about it again. Alright, so from here, we have all kinds of options. We're not going to make this a boss room or an encounter room, we're just going to make this basically a greeting. So we're going to go to room settings, and we're going to go right up here to room type, and we're going to select encounter. And none of this other stuff matters for an encounter room. So we're going to ignore that for now. And we're going to just go to corridor lore text. We're going to say warning. Passing this gate means you cannot return unless you kill all the things. Do not bring your vehicle in here. Oh, we got to use a line break here. Too. If you hit enter right now, it closes the window. It's the most frustrating thing about Wurm Unlimited. Do not bring your vehicle in here. It will die. It will, because my cleanup script does not care about if it's your vehicle, or if it's the Pope's vehicle, or if it's Chuck Norris's vehicle. It will delete it, and people will get pissed. And that's fine. You don't need a vehicle in the frickin' dungeon anyways. It's not very realistic, is it? Okay, so you must kill all the things. You cannot leave unless all creatures are dead. What else should we say here? Not good luck yet. We need to remind them that... Well, yeah, just say, good luck. May the gods shine in your favor. Alright, let me close out of this, and now what happens is we walk in here, and we get this pop-up. Alright, I gotta work on the BML sizing for this. Could have been a little bit smaller, I could have used less words. Warning, passing this gate means you cannot return unless you kill all the things. Do not bring your vehicle in here, it will die. You cannot leave unless all creatures are dead. Good luck, may the gods shine in your favor. Alright, so that's that. Nothing else happens. If we go back through here now, I fixed it so it only shows one time. And that only shows once per hour. So, there's no reason for you to come back here, also. So, we're gonna go here, we're gonna set another room, we're gonna create a room here. And we're gonna call this one Goblin Camp Enter Room. We're gonna set corner 1. We'll go to the opposite corner over here. We'll go to Dungeon Tools again. And we'll complete room, Goblin Camp, enter room. There we go. Save room. And that just threw it into... Oh no! I accidentally deleted that room. Okay, well, Goblin Camp, enter room. Set corner 1. Ay. I do have a fever right now. I'm pretty sick, so I'm just sick of being in bed and going stir crazy. So we're gonna do this. Complete room, Goblin Camp, enter room, save room. There we go. Now we can set boss, set chest here, set loot table, room settings. So we can also test spawn and force cleanup, which is handy because see all this shit laying around. We can just click that and then click it again, and it cleaned it up. There we go. And to flag things so that they're not cleaned up. I'll show you that in a second. But we're going to go to room settings here. And we're going to set this to encounter room. And this means that it's different than a boss. None of these things for a boss are going to matter right here. Chest isn't going to matter because we're not going to give them a chest for this. So they just have to fight their way through this. And yeah. So we're going to edit spawn list. We're going to go down here and find our goblins right there. We're going to say, what's a fair number for this room? Maybe 5? I don't know. They're kind of vicious, but people... Let's do 7. Add to spawn list. Cool. We're not actually setting like any of the traits or anything like that. It's just going to randomly pick from the goblin types. So we can save settings, and now when we go out and come back in, you can see it has spawned 7 of the goblins. And what happens is, oh jeez, I forgot to set that setting. What happens is, players normally would just run out and kite them, or try to get them somewhere where they can kill one by one, or whatever. Not anymore, damn it. We're putting an end to that. So in Dungeon Tools, you can manage room. We're going to select Entrance, Goblin Camp, that's the room we've been working on. And we're going to go to Room Settings, which is that same interface we had before. Lock room while boss active. We're going to select this, yes. And what that means is whenever somebody tries to leave the room while the creatures are in there, they're not going to be able to. It's going to teleport them right back to the room center. So, very handy. It's how we get away with people from kiting and dragging things to guard towers, cheesing the system and stuff like that. We don't want that. And cleanup script runs after 3 minutes of the room being empty. So right now, the room has a person in it, so it's not going to run the cleanup script. Now when I walk out here, 3 minutes from now, that room will get cleaned. So, same concept as before. We're going to go over here, we're going to switch to our mission ruler, we're going to select one corner, we're going to go to Dungeon Tools, we're going to create room. We're going to call this room Goblin Camp Main Room. We're going to set corner 1 and continue. We're going to go over here, we're going to go Dungeon Tools, complete room, Goblin Camp Main Room. There we go, save room. It's locked into our JSON file. Now we can go to room settings, and this is also going to be an encounter room. And we're going to say lock room. Yes, we don't want them being able to leave until they kill everything. We're not going to give him a spawn chest yet. No, we're going to edit the spawn list though, and we're going to select Goblin again. And you can add multiple things, so you could add goblins and then add rats too if you wanted to be extra cool or creative. You know, the options are completely up to you. Add to spawn list 10. So I could go back in here and add more things if I wanted to, but we're not going to do that. Back to settings. Alright, so everything looks correct. Save settings. So that's saved it to the JSON file, and instead of doing that, going back out and showing you, I don't want to get locked in and have to kill all of them. So I'm just going to go on to the next one. So in here, our corridor. So this, we're going to create another room here, but we're going to call this the Goblin Camp Corridor. I'm going to set that corner, and then we're going to set this corner right here. And we're going to call it that. And we're going to build some lore here. So, room settings. I'm going to set this to, no, corridor right here. And we're just going to enter your sounds ahead. Perhaps it's their leader. Their leader. He must know I'm here. I should be careful. Save settings. Alright, and that's it. So now when you walk in here, you get that pop up and it'll say that to you. So now we're in the boss room. And in here I want to show you something while I'm thinking about it. So we're going to create just, I don't know, a chest. Okay, just a simple chest. We'll do a large chest, and we'll just say 99, blah, 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 doesn't matter. We want some more decorations in here, so I want you to be able to decorate your dungeons if you're making them. No, just room after room of emptiness. So that's the whole point of this feature I'm about to show you now. So you place down decorations. I've already done this with everything you see in all of these rooms, so I don't need to do it again with them, but so you have your mission ruler active. You right click it and you'll see this blacklist and secure, and what that means is it's going to blacklist this item from being cleaned up by our cleanup script, and then secure it so that players can't take it. So the large chest is now a permanent decoration, cleanup exempt and secured, and it's as simple as that. So we don't have to worry about it getting taken away, things like that. So let's create our boss room, shall we? So over here, dungeon tools, create room. Hold on, I need a drink. My voice is drying out. We're going to call this Goblin Camp Boss. Set corner 1 and continue. I'm going to go to the opposite corner here. We're going to go to Dungeon Tools again and complete room. We'll save it. Now, I want the chest to spawn back here. I like it when it spawns back here. Goblin Camp Boss, set chest here. Good. Cool beans. So the flow, the workflow of this is pretty intuitive. If you're going to manage room, you select the room you're working on, Goblin Camp Boss, open room. So you'll see set boss, which is the first thing you should do, then set chest, then set loot table, then room settings. Well, we need to set our boss still. So Goblin Camp Boss, we're going to go down here until we find the Goblin Leader. There he is. We're going to save him. Boss set to Goblin Leader. ID equals 26 for room Goblin Camp Boss. Okay. So we'll go back to our flow here. I'm going to select Goblin Camp Boss, open room. Set chest, we already did that. Set loot table, we'll do that in a second. But room settings, here we go. So we've already set this as a room boss type. Lock room while boss is active, hell yes. Elite boss chance. Now, you can set this to whatever you want, but a lot of times players will work together, so we want to give them a bit of a challenge still. So I'm going to set this to 65% chance that it will have 2 times the amount of HP it normally has, and 1.5 amount of damage it normally does. So you can also set the chest lifetime here. Spawn chest when all mobs are cleared. Yes. Respawn delay after clear. We'll set it to 900. That's 1 hour. Right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, let's do the math here. 900 divided by 60 equals 15. That's 15 minutes. No. We want this to be like 22,650, don't we? So 60 times 60 equals 3,600. I think these are backwards. So the chest lifetime is supposed to be 3,600 and the respawn delay is supposed to be 900. So we're going to set this to 3,600. We're going to edit spawn list. We already did this. We already have one. Oh, we don't have it in there, so we should probably add that. Goblin leader, add to spawn list. There we go. Goblin leader 1. Close. Close. Back to settings, sorry. Alright, so... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. There he is. Watch out. You did it. You're done. And room locked message. So this is to let players know they're stuck. They're not going anywhere. I guess we can't really put fucker in there. I don't think we have kids, but just in case, we'll make it pleasant, you know. And we'll save settings. And we should be all set now. So if we fly out of here... Oh, shit. Yep, see... How did he... What? There's an Adam... I must have accidentally added an adamantine golem. So if I try to go anywhere, this is what the locking is. See? If I try to run out, it's going to spawn me right back where I was and not let me go anywhere. Luckily, I'm a GM, so I can just easily kill these guys, and I'll have to, also... If you destroy them, by the way, you will be stuck here for an eternity. You cannot get out. You have to actually whiz kill them. Ask me how I learned that. Until server restart. That's fun. Okay. It should be all of them, right? I don't see anybody else. I thought that grass was one. It should be clear to go. No, did I break it? Nope, he's inside of a barrel. Okay, now am I clear to go? Yes, okay. So you'll see down here the dungeon is resetting, 393 seconds remaining. This one's got 890 seconds remaining, and this is different for each player. Each player will be different. I mean, if I brought in my normal character right now, it would spawn everything and it would play just like it's supposed to. But because I already did this room and the other room, it's not doing that. So, and oh, now I gotta kill this guy because I accidentally went in here. The dungeon holds you fast. Unfortunately, I forgot to set the dungeon limit, so it's not going to spawn a chest. I don't think. Yeah, he didn't. Bummer, dude. But if I leave and come back now, you'll see. Yeah, place is quiet for now. So there is a cooldown of 1 hour on that, which is fine. We gotta set that chest, and I'll do all that off camera. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is all we're gonna cover for our GM video today. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch it. I love you guys, and have a good one.